Two people were arrested for suspected drug trafficking in Belfast. Maine DEA officials say they arrested 80-year-old Larry Metcalf of Swanville and a 21-year-old Boston man. Officials say the arrests come after a months-long investigation into Metcalf giving out-of-state drug traffickers rides to local drug houses. Officials say they pulled over Metcalf yesterday when they saw him leave a bus station with the 21-year-old who had just gotten off the bus from Massachusetts. Authorities searched the vehicle and both men. They say they found fentanyl and cocaine from the Boston man. The Boston man was taken to Waldo County Jail, where he's being held on $25,000 cash bail. Metcalf was issued a summons and is set to appear in court.